I've got a present for you.
From these two players, so we start with Zedd on the top left-hand side. We expect to see Allied and Yuri, but I'd imagine he'll predominantly do a lot of Yuri. Mikoz traditionally more of an RA2 player. Haven't really known him to play Yuri's Revenge too much. I know he was active last month, but yeah, maybe I haven't noticed him in QM in Yuri's before. That might be why, but yeah, I think he's more of an RA2 player. I don't think he was overly keen on playing against Yuri. I think he tried to see if he could swerve the Yuri, but Zedd said, no, you're a top player. I'm going to need my best factions to be able to beat you here. This is sponsored by myself, 20 USD for the winner. Yeah, we have Mikoz down here in the bottom right-hand side. He plays in yellow. We'll play in yellow throughout the series. See what he can do. Expect Zedd to probably go for a seal here early. Predictions are closed, but it'd be nice to see your thoughts in the chat. Get them read out and see what you guys think and what we expect. Connie's coming out. So does garrison the bunker next though. I'm not sure if Basile may be able to get into this corner. It's not right up against it, but I think a full bunker would be okay. The ref comes down here. He's got a long distance to the gems. Nice, sorts his miners up straight away. Miners been pumped from both players. Just mining the gems here. Gonna send 2 miners now, 3 miners to the gems. It's interesting. You don't really see that, to be honest. It's interesting how beneficial. Obviously, each tip is an extra 500, but obviously the distance you have to travel. But if he gets it now, then this ore is nice and safe afterwards. An MCV move, possibly going to come into here. A very conserved build here with that bunker and no seal, and that's not too bad an idea from Zedd. Says, you know, spend the money on the bunker and fully garrisoned it. I won't even bother with the seal. Some Connie's going into the flax. Interesting. Battle Lab is up. Gonna see another ref come into here. They have 1, 2, 3 rhinos, a couple of flax as well. See the grizzlies going around. Mirages coming out as well. That power drop is a defensive power drop to start with. So it looks to harass these miners. Though 1 miner here would be lovely. A miner kill here would be really nice. Doesn't get it just in the nick of its time. He saves it. Look at that. 2 ticks of health. Absolutely smoking, but saves it. An oil purifier comes out as well. And I really like where Zedd is at the minute. There's a prism and a pillbox up on that side. Notices this side here defend can be quite hard. You can get caught. Can look to fake to come into here, then wrap around, and yeah, it can be difficult at times. Looking to push up on this left side here. They expect to see a defensive power drop as well, but absolutely no way that Mikoz can push it into there. As you said, blacks. Not something he wants to push. It's just going to be forced back. Equally, Zedd has a decent amount of mirages. A couple more mirages, and then he might look to engage into that fight soon. No dog fodder. Split on the right hand side. We just catch him there, and the miner goes down. Two miners now here back AFK. Engage for him now on the left hand side. There's a nice take there from Okay. Well, Grizzly's looking to come across. Going to look to come across into here. Okay, so just come back and defend. Can Zedd maybe grab another miner? 2 miners with 4 Grizzlies. He's going to go straight in the MCV. No force shield and we'll get the MCV. Well, that's a nice little snipe. 2 miners AFK. That is a nice snipe. There's 4 Grizzlies there. A lot of Desos. And these are really vulnerable at the moment. A lot of money going to go down here. What does Mikos' play here? He's on 1, 2, 3 war factories. He does have the radar. So inevitably he's going to need a really good deso here. Nice stretch from Zedd comes over as well. Plenty of power as well. I'd imagine we'll have another prism ready as well into here. Double prism, Rajas, Rockies, pillbox. Difficult to push past. Yo, Ben. Yo, Papa. Hope you're well, buddy. Enjoying Papa's streams of late. Doing some really good streams, some show matches in there as well, of course, as well as his FFGs and TBTs that Papa famously does play so often. Deso does get popped. Does a little bit. Does a little bit. Not enough though for me. Not enough. A lot of smoking own rhinos as well. Zedd just needs to hold here for the next minute or two and he's fine. I'm not sure if we have any more Desos loaded in another flat track. Just needs one really good Deso bomb, but... Oh, lovely Santa Prism as well. Pops 1 Mirage, but equally loses a little bit of chip damage as well. And the Prisms alone just make it so difficult. I'm not sure if he could maybe ult the War Factory there with that bunker. Would catch his opponent off guard. There's a decent amount of rhinos there with the Mirage count and with the Prisms. Defensive power drops have been nice as well from Zedd. Zedd could look to make a Chronosphere, and then Mikoz is really on a timer, but equally could just keep doing what he's doing. Gonna look to try and split around the map. No black in that arm. Deso does pop. That's a very good Deso. We'd love to have maybe sniped that Battle Lab, but the Battle Lab will have a force shield as well, so you'd think, oh, that's a big battle War Factory that. Deso as well needs to come out ASAP. There is a barracks over here. Could have maybe took a gamble there and tried to just push straight to the radar. Doing the radar would have definitely done it. Push up on this top side, just force back. Miko's trying to make things work, a massive respect to that. Making this game still interesting, but Zedd should just be able to just continue to hold here again a lot. So Deso's just going to go down if he's not careful. He's going to come straight on the radar. He will get it. So these Desos are the last Desos he has. Straight on that radar. This we'd have thought would be the final play from Mikoz here. Could even have brought his miners. I think he just has to try and make something work now. Yeah, I would like to see if he could have got the miners up, but I think time of distance they come now. Then there'll just be even more defensive units. 3 units going down there. And Zedd looking very strong. I think Mikoz probably should come out now. Deso does pop. It is nice. It is a nice Deso, but again, it's just, in the circumstance of the game, it's probably not going to be enough. This has got to be the last push. You've just got to throw everything at this now. Desos are there. You can see it was on the ground but didn't pop. GG's called. One game to nil. Zedd takes the first game. He goes to 1. Just awaiting a map pick from Mikoz. So nice opening game there from Zedd. MCV snipe was a big one. Just 4 Grizzlies coming in, taking mine on the right hand side. Coming across to his MCV on the left hand side, taking care of that with just 4 Grizzlies. A little bit frustrated there if he was Mikoz. Just got caught missing that. Gonna go to divide, freeze over. I think that the key with a map pick here for Mikoz is avoiding these maps that are strong for Yuri. Both players are ready.
Tech building captured.
Divide, freeze over. Any of you that are not familiar with the map, just quickly introduce it for you. Zedd starts in the center spot here. He has an oil, so he can build a rep off here and get his miner onto the gems. You also have an oil up on this top side here. There's a patch of gems as well, all around your base, and then you look to stretch it over to this side. And Mikoz does exactly the same thing. Oil on the back of his base where the ref can go, and down on this side as well. I'm a big fan of taking the... let's say, I mean, in Mikoz, I'm a big fan of taking the gems first, the more dangerous gems to say first. Yeah, so 1-0. Can Mikoz get himself on the board, or can Zedd get into a nice early 2-0 lead? Stream elements there, just putting the link in for my Instagram. Anyone wants to check out my Instagram, by all means do so. See what I get up to in my own time. I'm expecting Zedd here to probably go radar as his next building here. Unless he wants to rep up here and start getting onto them gems as well. But so goes for the safe gems and puts this rep here as well. I would like to see him get up to these gems, but I suppose the miners are going to come out from there, aren't they? So double pillbox up on this side. Black comes out, possibly an NG that I've missed, hence the pillboxes. Does come back. Sentry over here as well. There's a drone. There's the NG. So the NG was now being rally pointed. So he's going to pump the miners. A couple of miners out, to be fair. 5 miners from the Soviet player. A couple of drones as well. 1 miner there, 2, 3 there, 4. So there's a miner ahead here. Mikoz. Still see this flag. Oh, that's 4 drones. Mikoz just caught not looking there. My battle loud comes out, so 2 drones do go down. Power drop going to come in. Looks like he has seen this. So look to come over to the left hand side. Will go down. This causes a distraction. Power drop comes in the back here. Dog's already coming down. Now there is a mirage there as well. 2 mirages. And the chronosphere out. No joy there. Chrono Legionnaire comes out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miners. 1, 2, 3 war factories here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No miner up on today. Mikoz on 5.5k. Four war factories now. Mikoz on 3K. And Zedd sold him around 5K. And defensive power drop this time. May use the battle fortresses. Chrono Legionnaire is on its way. Spy satellite out as well. Chrono Legionnaires are hard to follow. That's gone somewhere. So flat track is being loaded with desos. Oh, apologies, chat. Got a Legionnaire in there. Chronosphere is now going to be ready. Got 45-second game time. Chrono Legionnaires come back. Looks like it's going to be a defensive first one. Desos are there. Needs to deploy. Needs to deploy, which he still hasn't. Does get 4 or 5 there. Brendan here, there. Can you take a war factory, maybe a power? Keeping them desos alive. 4 shields that. Interesting, don't really see that too often, but it has worked well as a. And he then does deso his own units. So we'll get a war factory, then need to. And then that'll probably be the end of that army, which it does get a veteran, but that's now dead on the back of this. Has got that miner into there, the top left hand side, we're still safe up there mining. Reinforcements on the rhinos are coming. 1, 2, 3, 4 war factories now. 2 miners here mining dust. And Zedd got 2 miners on the back here, got 3 miners into here. Does still have power. There is a gap generator as well. Desos in the flax being loaded again. Defensive power drop again as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 war factories now. Mikoz on 5k as well. That's Soviet rich money. With the 2 oils there and the 2 factory gems early. Lots of power plants are coming out. The F is now being loaded. Deso gets deployed, doesn't really do anything, does a little bit of chip damage to the Grizzlies, does force back the Deso, for the Mirages for a little while, but inevitably, unless there's any more Desos in this army, he needs to be careful. They're not sure. Comes back, and the Chronosphere is ready. There is 1, 2 BFs, maybe a 3rd BF, and he might look to come in and counter. Gonna come up here, take care of an oil and the rep, quite like that actually. BFs are being loaded, so it's going to be an offensive chrono this time, one would imagine. 3 miners down there on the bottom right side. Here it comes. Really need like a Tesla tower ready as soon as this come out, and then ping them in with the rhinos. But he is doing some work here. 1 rep goes down, not really irrelevant. The 2 war factories go down, and the power plant as well. That is nice. Going to come in. Oh, that cliff there working really beneficial there for Zedd. So does it eventually clear up this army? Does get an elite. Is often the way against these battle fortresses, and an MCV move into the middle. Barracks first would be the play. Sentry there would be huge. A sentry, then he can push. Doesn't want to lose that. He is gonna. That's very cheap. Very, very cheap to lose that. Sentry gonna help there a lot. This army is being cleared up. Needs to continue to click these Mirages. There were 1 left. But that was a little disappointing there that he lost that. He has 16k as well, and he's lost a couple of war factories as well, so isn't going to be able to spend his eco as much as he would like. Power drop in the back here. He really can't lose another war factory. He does notice it. A couple of blacks are going to come over, should be able to repair that and do no issue. Got to push up into the main base now as well. And there isn't as many Mirages now. There is, with the prisms, there is no Desos. Got to click down. Gets an elite. Needs the power. Another elite, double elite. Chrono goes down. Gonna hit the MCV. GG call from Zedd. Mikoz swings the game. Was a little concerned for Mikoz once he lost that MCV, but just too many rhinos, and that sentry coming down really helped in that engagement in the middle there as well. Barrages are suffered when there is a sentry comes out with the rhinos surrounded by them as well. Chat there, I'm unable to read that. I'm English myself. If we can generally try to keep the chat to English, it would be appreciated. Unfortunately, I can't translate. We go to 1-1. Zedd's pick. Fully expecting to see a Yuri map here. Downhill rush. Downhill bark. Looks like the players are ready. So interesting, Zedd doesn't pick a map that's a strong Yuri map, or opts for playing Yuri. Obviously, downhill rush you can play Yuri on. It's not a bad map for Yuri at all, but opts to stick with America. It's a little surprising. So Zedd here on the right hand side, he is allied as Americas. We were just talking about Mikoz here in yellow in the Soviet. Have these huts you can take on early as well. Oh, doesn't quite stop that scout anyway. There is another dog coming over. So it does get a scout off. It doesn't seem this part of here, but one of the things you can do on this map is you can anti-scout. Initiates on Yuri on these bunkers are nasty as well. Important that these get captured as well. So this map downhill rush, the idea is to build down the map. We do see Andy often will play this map and scout his opponent, not allowing him to scout and then go puts a war factory here and then goes lasher straight across, and though often it does work. Does now come across and capture the building, one would imagine. Power drop can, for the allied player, come into this building here and capture it, if allowed to do so. And don't fully garrison one can't reach the MCV, I don't believe. But if there's any sort of buildings in and around here, it can do can kill a building off. Sometimes worth a Soviet player just putting a conscript in there, and also it's a vulnerable position there for the power drop to come into there as well. So black comes out. 2 blacks come out. Battle lab out as well. Zedd lucking his early battle labs. Do you see the Soviet versus Soviet here is quite often a race for the IC and the Kirov. Allied versus Soviet plays a little bit different, but again, you can go with the Kirov. Especially if you get a further forward war factory into here, for example. A very short distance to come into here. Your opponent should scout really your base and keep an eye on the battle lab coming out. Once that battle lab comes out, you want to half expecting that Kirov to come. 1, 2, 3 war factories here for Mikoz. BF is loaded. So interesting with the gap. It does put an element of danger in. You don't know what your opponent has, what else is there. Definitely don't like playing against it myself. Another defensive paragraph to come across. Now, there is some Mirages. There is a BF with GIs in. Going to move down to the right, and Zedd has a nice build. He's right down the bottom, and he has really good use of the prisms. I like this from Zedd. Do this on Heck as well. Let's get the deploy. Just the delay on that, and now these rhinos are in big trouble. Desolation has gone as well, so the radiation wasn't still there. So Zedd was able to come across and should feel. Been out them rhino numbers, which he has. Maybe before he could have maybe grabbed another couple over the bridge, but Zedd Zedd's not able to quite punish him maybe as much as he could have, and Mikoz gets back. No Chronosphere from Zedd. That's interesting. Thought he may have went for the Chrono, and I'm surprised Mikoz here hasn't gone. There we go. Surprised Mikoz hasn't gone IC here in the Battle Lab. I think I would have liked to have seen that. One good Deso bomb though, again, can be very swung either way, swung back into the favour of there. Here comes the Desos, doesn't deploy, doesn't get them deployed. And there is a 4 shield as well, so we're hitting at 120 phrases, and I think now Zedd should win this game. MCV 4 shield, nice. Rhinos are going to be taken away here, going to be finished off. He's rebuilding his army. He's on 4 war factories. There's a lot of Mirages, and Zedd's ability to counter the these Desos and not get caught by them has been impressive. Definitely at sort of my level, which is below Zedd. Desos can be really hard for sort of intermediate players, but Zedd and Mikoz are solid B-class players here. 2 minus here on gems, still pretty big. Zedd on 5.5k as well, loading up another BF, which is going to be the way that Zedd is going to win this game. He's just going to hold out with his Mirages now, no issues. Keeps 1 BF baby back in his base for the counter of the Desos, and then he'll just Chrono in. Probably an Imagine around here. Even after the spot, they just get absolutely nowhere. Just that high advantage. Does deploy. Doesn't really get anything. Just a couple of chip damage and 1 or 2 of them there. I expect Mikoz to quit now. I'd imagine he'll want to last into the next round. Yeah, GG is called. I think that's the right thing. I don't think there was a way Mikoz could get back into this.
Defeated.
And that takes us to 2-1. So, proven. Looks like Proven Grounds was called, but yikes, veto, says Zedd. And we are going to go Proven Grounds. Score is 2-1. Yeah, I don't think he's got his desos to work as well as you'd want, has he? Okay, let's start. Yeah, when your opponent's massing the Miranges, as you guys know, just you need a decent bit of tank control with your rhinos, push that flak in, get your desos to deploy.
Tech building captured.
Had a couple of attempts at it, but not been able to execute it there, had he? So Zedd starts up the top. He's going to play Soviet. Interesting. I don't mind this as allied, actually, to be fair. I do like Proving Grounds. But it is set up for a map for a lot of shenanigans. So you want a rep to come up here. But expect to see NGs out of these players. Wolf actually comes in the back end here. See what miners these players go. So one miner comes out. Miner comes out. So he does go double wall factory as well. Double wall factory for Zedd as well. So both players going for a miner, double wall factory, then with the rhinos. Should see a ref come into here as well. I imagine we'll see a ref up here from Zedd. There we go. So, yeah, very similar. Both players starting on 2 gem patches either side with the ref. Let's bring across another miner. So, that's 4. 1, 2, 3. So he's up a miner here, drone doesn't land, goes down. So 3 miners down with gems. As we see the rhinos coming into the middle. Surprised we haven't seen much use of NGs or flaks or an early Connie rush it for the oil, that sort of thing. Sometimes you do see improving grounds. This oil here might be vulnerable and he will get an oil here. It's quite cheap there from Mikoz to lose. And as the game goes on, losing an oil like that, very beneficial for Zedd. Decent amount of dog fodder. And Zedd, who's on 6, 7, 8k, Mikoz just went up about 4k in about a second. To 2 tips of the miners, 2k per tip on gems. 2 miners over here, 2 miners now need to be sorted out. Miner onto there, miner either side there, miner either side there. That's quite nice from Zedd, I like that, to be fair. That way, for a good few minutes, doesn't really need to worry about his miners. They won't eat that patch too fast. So versus Soviet. Are we going to see splits? We're going to see one big final fight off with the rhinos and the dogs. There's a better tank control. Lots of dogs to move these players. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall factories now for Zedd. Mikoz just getting another wall factory at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So this Zedd for me, who's got a slight advantage on here. Not sure how we are on minor numbers now. Mikoz dog's right out in front. Now he needs to sort his miners out. A lot of dogs there. Mikoz is fodder here is really nice. Zedd equally doing a good job of keeping his fodder down the front. Both players with some nice tank control. Lovely sentry comes out. Just on that bottom dip there for Zedd. Won't do him any favours, just dropping down to the level there. Mikos' tank should be able to shoot down. This fight though, it's pretty even still. Pretty even. Mikoz just coming out in front now. GG called straight away. Bo versus Soviet. Interesting to take up there, Mikoz on that. His dog fodder was in a really good position there. Always just in front of his rhinos. Zedd just got caught. If you look at my mouse, just went down to that level there. Could have made a decent or significant amount of difference there. But in the end, Mikoz comes out in front. Ties 2-2. Is Twitch down? Yeah, I'm seeing some issues. Just search it on Twitter. Stream's still running. Okay, that's good. Yeah, like I can't see anybody else that I follow. If I go on my phone as well, it just comes up error. So I think if you're here, probably stay. Let's go. Yeah, that's what I've got. Yeah, so I think that is the case. Mine says follow your favorites, and then when I go on to the phone, it then just says error. So I think if you were to click off, you probably won't be able to get back on. So there are some positives for me. That means you have to stay for a little while. Zedd brings the bunker out, which allows him to get his ref further forward, I guess, slightly. I don't think it makes that much difference. Opening ref I like to put there anyway. Then get your war factory, then get a nice placement on your ref. Oh, it does allow him to get through. So a couple of oils apiece. So 2 miners on gems, a third miner on gems as well. One long distance in Zedd. He has 2 miners, 3 miners, so 3 miners on gems, 2 up in here, 1 up in here. He can get a ref up into here shortly. Double war factory, just a single. Now a second war factory comes out. Connie's annoying. Soviet versus Soviet. I think this would favour Mikoz. Places back and forward in the middle here. 2 miners up on here, 3, 4 in total. 2 go over to the gems. I like that. Which is another miner over to there. You need to keep stretching into these further gem patches. Mixes a few Connies into his army as well. I think they were initial Connies from the opening game. Opening start of this match, sorry. Free war factory, an MCV move as well. Third war factory goes on the right hand side. You see a split. This is the first time I've really seen a split properly between these two players. He's going to push right in. Right, and I like that. He's going to do some work up in there, but it's the main base here. Going to need to defend. Doesn't get any joy. The drones are coming out as well. Gonna run straight across these miners. Miners are this top side just melt. It's gonna get one warp up. It doesn't get any miners as well if they can put forces in back. No sentry coming out as well. Miners helping us quarter here to get some work on. You can just see, yes, he's lost a war factory. That's a little bit of expansion there. Does hold. I believe we've lost 1 miner there for Mikoz. Definitely think Mikoz could have got more done there. 2 miners AFK because he's pulled them down. As we count 1, 2 miners, 3. It needs to get a rep in here. And actually, to be fair, that wouldn't have been the worst idea actually for Zedd to maybe to come into here and just kill off the MCV. MCV has gone down here. We have sold 3 war factories. So a sell from Zedd. Couple of drones still left. Get to the elite. Ah, oh, the Rhino kills 1 drone and goes to elite. And he just needs to hold here, which he will. Marco will. Mikoz, sorry. Playing like Marco, but Mikoz should win this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miners. What? Oh, 1 Connie. Oh, that Connie does work. If it had went into the war factory, he might have got it, but it was going for the rep, it looked like. Wow, that could have been big. They're just taking his time here, Mikoz. Very intelligent. He's up on the war factory count. 1, 2, 3 now. Has the elite. Got 2 miners now onto gems. And Zedd for me, the way he wins this is by an NG, a flak NG, and does something, pulls something off. Or for me, he pushes in with his miners. Now 2 miners in the back here, nice. 3 there, 4 there, 5, 6 miners. 2 of them are are on gems. This is 5 miners on the last ore patch. And once this ore patch here runs out, there was also an oil that went down the top side that I missed. That was with the 1 rhino we saw coming back. Didn't realise it. The elite is in there as well. The elite is in a fairly decent spot there. He did try to pull it back. You see him trying to control that, but doesn't get any joy, especially somebody else trying to control that from Zedd. Has he got enough to win this fight? I don't think he has. I think you're going to see Zedd call GG ends. There we go. Zedd does call GG. Mikoz does go 3 games to 2. As I just taking a toilet break. Issue actually for my nose. Just waiting for a map pick. Don't forget, guys, also to drop Doofus a subscribe. I'm not logged in on my YouTube account, am I? Oh, I can subscribe in this account as well. Nice, that's two. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the Doof. See all of his videos on there. See some show matches from myself as well that I do as well. Some good stuff on there. Lots of Legend versus Andy, Andy versus Max, sorry, Zedd, MZs, all these sort of guys. Some decent show matches, loads of content for you. Channel is Doof88. Subscribe to it. Yeah, just put in the QM chat saying about Twitch being down, and yeah, it is. Yeah, HC Kid just messaged me to say as well that that he can watch but he can't comment. Okay, so maybe you guys can't comment. Into the map. Imagine we'll see Zedd go. Yuri here. I'm gonna go to face down. God, I'm getting worse. Ugh. So Zedd goes to France, and let's see what Mikoz does. Mikoz vetoes. So he might see Hail Mary. So I need another map pick. I think we've still got 18 of you live with us. It looks like 3 of you from Germany, a couple from America, a couple from Finland, Turkey, Canada, Denmark. Just have a look where you guys are watching from. And Hail Mary, as expected, we go to. So there we go.
Tech building captured.
So an MCV move from Mikoz, which is the most smallest amount, so one would probably suggest that it wasn't meant to do so. Unless he feels an extra couple of yards. Gains it. It could be the case, does get a better ref position because of it. Just see a little bit of spike of lag, it looked by them dogs there as well. Buddies are coming out playing against France. Buddies are going to go down. I hate to see it. Ouch, 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 ouch. That is nasty. I hate seeing that. That dog has probably just won him the game. I'd like to see Zedd push more GIs though. Cannon is about to come. The cannon will come into here. That'll be the ref sold off. Might get the barracks, might not. But yeah, basically we need to start again here. Needs to sell. Yeah, could have done myself on a couple of builds, get a bit of money. Start at the back here. People do think on this map that if you lose the middle to Allied France, and then you've lost the game, and that's not always the case. You can play the corners and the oils. It's difficult, but it's not completely done. That shot does miss. I'm gonna look to run with the MCV. The power is there. Can't build any sentries. Need a GGI. There we go. Power is off. Couple more rhinos coming. Let's go low power. Needs this one over here as well. Making a good work of this, Mikoz. What do we think though? Whether you guys can really comment. So fighting desperately. It looks like he is going to be able to hold. For now, like I said, doesn't need to quit out now. Play the sides, play the corners. You know, fill up a flak with 4 NGs. Go take these 4. Do the same over this side. Yeah, especially the more oil you can eat here, because these don't regenerate as well. So these oils here are big as well. If you can take them from your opponent, you're gonna lose the power here. Would be getting a rep up here myself already now. Both players extremely broke. Cannon now comes, so now he has to run. He has to be fast. He needs to run. Does miss. Gonna lose it though, isn't he? Oh, he does lose it. Yeah. And there's no rep up there now. And nothing up there. A random elite even here probably wouldn't do it for him. The cannon will come out. This GI here will do some work, and there probably is time probably to quit here. Don't think you can make anything work. Black is very good against them. Cannon now comes out. Doesn't get it. And he gets it, a random elite comes out as well. Should be 3-3. Without the cannons. Yeah, but he got his MCV.
Player defeated.
There we go. Scores 3-3, we're all tied. "17 of you still here, even though Twitch is down." Yeah, it looks like I'm still getting an error on mine. Dorado Descent. Do have my whispers on, so if anyone wants to write a message in there that I can read, by all means do so. 3-3. We are tied. And we're going to launch the game at 3-3, both players on Soviet.
If you distract our enemy, I will execute my master plan.
So bottom left hand side here is Zedd, playing as Soviet. Top right hand side here is Mikoz. We're tied. Just 18 viewers that are still in here. Whether or not that's legit or not with Twitch being down, I'm not sure. It's unfortunate. Mikoz does move his miner onto the gems. So double war factory apiece there. Mikoz, half a second maybe behind down, putting that war factory down. No biggie, no issue there whatsoever. Get to the power plant 4, and then we'll get another ref in. Here's a map. We do start on a decent amount of gems as well, so early on your eco survives pretty well. We see a service depot out from Mikoz, which I'm not a fan of, if I'm honest. Especially not there as well. Maybe as the game goes on, if he's concerned his opponent might die with his MCV, but to have it right next to the MCV as well, maybe to help him stretch somewhere in here, might get some value. But yeah, Service Depot preempt is normally what you'd see on RE2, but not Yuri's Revenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 miners. We're now seeing the rhinos on a triple war factory. His opponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now on a triple, and then 9. I like that from Mikoz actually, even though he's now 3 rhinos behind. I do like he's pushed an extra couple of miners here. I like him. Yeah, it should be another war factory that comes out. Yeah, which both players will do. So he goes for a barracks. Needs a war factory. Got to go war factory now, though. Otherwise, we'll get too far behind. Sort of a couple of rhinos on the field now versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a drone out. So Mikoz eco is going to be nice. Going to have a good eco management in this game. A couple of miners goes over to the left hand side onto the gems. Should be a ref. There we go on the ref. Yeah. So let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One longer distance into the gems. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as well. So Zedd has caught up. So there is a drone up on here, and there is a drone up on here. So he hasn't hidden them, but he's obviously looking to see if he can stop the MCV move. He's going to move the MCV himself. And this is next 15-20 seconds or so. Just wonder if Zedd might look to push here. Has he got enough to push in? Oh, he does get droned. Oh, there was a couple that went over as well. The drones were running around for a long time. A lot of drones in the map. I'm surprised Zedd was done for that. Has got a service depot. It will not get back there in time. It does pop. So Mikoz just needs to hold. Needs to hold for another minute or two, and as this game goes on and the ore starts to run out. Although Zedd saying that has got a lot of ore left still to mine. There's a sprinkle of gems still to go to as well. So yeah, once this game gets probably to the 8 or 9 minute mark, it could come really good from Mikoz, but a long way to go to get to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ore factories. 5 ore factories space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think Zedd does out tank here. One rhino just goes wandering in. And Zedd for me out tanks. Does he? Not sure. Miner's going to go across. All this ore here is run out. This ore up here now running out. Let's see maybe if he could split up a few rhinos to the left here. But Mikoz eco is 6k and Zedd now occasionally starting to bottom him out. Yeah, you might have an extra war factory, but if you're hitting 0, it doesn't count for anything. War factory on the top left now, so there's 6 apiece, 10k here for Mikoz, and no doubt he'll just be spamming dogs here like crazy. Dogs have stopped for a few seconds now. There's drones on the left hand side. I'm sure I had something that popped there, but I don't know what. Drones coming. Gonna push it to the left hand side, that's quite nice. Or it doesn't. I'm surprised he pushed it to the left hand side. Right, he's gonna take this fight directly, I think. There you go, just get some good position and pushes back up into there. Now he's gonna come over and take care of this side here as well. So MCV doesn't take care of the MCV just yet. He's gonna go for the miners. Might be a mistake there that he didn't get that MCV. He may get punched though. He's going to get punched on this quick a little bit as well, but he does save the MCV. Which means he can still do the sentries, and you know, he has 10k as well, so we will still keep pumping these war factories. Not going to get the MCV. Shouldn't get the MCV here. Shouldn't, but he does. He went past 4 rhinos, didn't take care of them 3. does have a service depot though, but to build an MCV there would be extremely brave. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like I said, Zedd's eco is struggling now. Look, there is nothing really left to mind. Now Mikoz can send a couple of miners over there, continue that. Oh, the chat has just gone crazy. Are these old messages, or has Steve just gone crazy on the messages now? I'll catch him in a second. I know there was an issue with Twitch. Twitch obviously back working now. I think if messages are coming through. Still not seeing either player split. Have a look at my phone and see what Twitch is up to. It still says people have issues with putting messages in and with Twitch together. I'll have a look at what Steve has put in a second. Just the 4 wall factories now. Mikoz's eco is now is in trouble, but has 2 miners up on here. I'm gonna see a split. Mikos needs to send some rhinos. Got a long distance 2 miners to the ore. Let's regroup these dogs. Here we go, dogs are turning back. Nice control for both these players. Dogs right out in front as you'd expect. Because not all of them are in the fight. All the fodder is going down now. Still a few dogs left. Gonna engage, and I think Mikoz is going to take this fight. I think he's going to take it very comfortably in the end. GG is called. And I'm going to grab a tissue. Again, update the score, come back, read the messages, and we'll go. Just grab my tissue. Just call it.
Yeah, no, when she told me that she just went through I can use my previous email address.
Gotta go to coldest peak. Let's see. HE versus Steve next. I want to give HE a pound, and Zedd should have got drones though. So, Zedd can still go drones. So boring, no splits. Looks like Zedd is stream sniping. Dude, go top left. Why would Mikoz go low? Okay, looks like messages are coming to him. Looks like messages. So Zedd goes to Korea. Looks like the comments are in. Okay, that's good. I can see all my follow channels on the left now. Nice. Okay, we're good. So Zedd is on the bottom right side. He switches over to Korea. Really interesting to see Zedd play as Soviet as well. Yeah, I just think going head to head with Mikoz as Soviet, I wouldn't do it personally when Zedd has a mean Yuri at this level. And against a player like Mikoz, you're probably not too familiar with playing against a great deal against Yuri. Obviously, Mikoz traditionally plays a lot of RA2, so yeah, I think the weakness would have been Yuri for me, and that's where I would be playing if I was Zedd. And I think if Zedd loses another game, he'll definitely go over that way. So mine are up here on the top side. Mine are on the gems. And build down either side on here. I quite like this map when it's played sides. I don't know, just I think it's my own preference in play myself. I just feel more comfortable playing like this spot and this spot. I don't know why. I suppose this spot here you move, you build down, where the sides you just move your MCV, don't you? So probably just preferring it easier. So just one minor from Zedd. From the War Factory. Mikoz goes for an extra 1 to his opponent again, which I prefer again. Oh, apologies, chat. 3 minus 4. The radar is out for the allied player, so you can start to use them Eagles 5 minus on the top side there. I'm not a massive fan of Korea myself, apart from obviously the famous Armageddon, which was brought to us quite a while back now, actually. Expensive. I wonder if he's just trying to bait the flat cannon, which does come out now, which is behind there. He was baiting it, and Mikoz in the end just says, you know, I'm just going to put it down now. Looking to get an opportunity, but he's going to sit behind this flak, which means these Eagles, which have spent a lot of money, aren't going to get any joy. Did he miss both shots? It didn't look like it popped. Didn't look like a Rhino went down. 1, 2, 3 on the top side, 3 down here on the bottom, so the 6 miners. And, 2 War Factories versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 War Factories, but a radar as well. And eating the gems, actually, so a little bit better out of Zedd than Mikoz here. Much more prefer where Zedd is at. Korean Eagles. I think that might be 4 shots that I missed now. I know it does take some skill to dodge the shots, but nonetheless, there's a lot of money. 4 Eagles. There we go. Got to engage. Not sure that's the engagement I want. I was pushing back. Doesn't get any shots off of the cliff. 2 more Eagles coming again. And again, looks like a dodge. Maybe taking a... Looked like I might have just caught a dog there. Gonna sell off his expansion. Which is nice, if you can just pin him in here, his opponent, because he's just got this ore patch here. This is now about to run out. Again, doesn't look like any joy. 1, 2, 3, and needs to sort out his mining. Oh, path in here, path in here. Not good. Not good. You rhinos going down there cheaply. Dog fodder is there. How strong are the rhinos? The rhinos going to need to be strong because there's a lot of grizzlies there. We know how strong the rhinos are, but I'm not sure if there's enough here. Is there? No, it's going to come away. Mikoz showing how strong the rhinos are, though. Look like Zedd had them out tanked quite heavily there, enough to win the fight, but in the end, it's basically an even trade-off. It does keep the vet alive. Both players have a vet alive. That's 1 tick. MCV moved. All 3 miss. Oh, this could be nice. This could be good. This is looking good for Zedd. Does have to pull his miners back or he's going to get caught. Definitely a miner up here. At least snipe the 1 miner. Hopefully he should see it. Don't want to end up in a base trade here when you're so far away from your opponent's base. Looks like he's going to do a combination of the 2. So 1 miner. This one does survive for now. Base trade, but 4 rhinos going in. 5 rhinos. So there's a couple of Rockies. MCV is going to be the target. GGIs are coming out. Wants to get over to this side here. MCV going to go down. Does run off. Does an elite, does come out. Knife is now following. Knife, I thought you used a different switch name. Once it just kill this, it does. As the dust settles. 1, 2 miners there. 3, 4, 5. So there is no... The barracks would be a nice start. 3 eagles to kill a barracks. That would be nice. There's no fodder. There we go. The 1 war factory, a radar, and a barracks for the allied player. There's some GGI spread around in his base. He's going to have the long distance mine here for a little while. You need to just be careful here as well, because there is a couple of veterans in here, and an elite here. He's long distance and all over the place here, Mikoz, and equally so is Zedd. This is looking really good for Mikoz here, because this radar should go down. You've got to get these GGIs over. Got to get that power as well. Power goes down. Another power goes down here on the left side. A radar goes down as well. So 2 powers go down. 1 was sold. But there is no production apart from a barracks now. An elite comes out. And GG is called. It is 5-3 to Mikoz. Knife yo yo yo. Five points on the board for Mikoz. Looks like we're all working now on Twitch. That's good to see. Back up to 24. Oh yeah. What do you think? Do you think Zedd can turn this around, or do we expect Mikoz to go on and win this series now? Caverns. Caverns of Siberia. Score is 5-3. Zedd can continue with Korea. I'd be surprised if Zedd continues here, Korea. Looks like he is, though. The Caverns of Siberia start here with the gems. A couple of patches of ores. Gonna sprinkle the gems over to this side here as well. Can move your MCV into here. Can stretch along or move your MCV into here. And this top spot as well. Can build down here. They got the ore patch over here as well. I think the top left spot is considered the better spot on this map, I think. The only good advantage of this, the nice advantage of the top right hand spot is early. If your opponent's going to go 0, there is only 2 ways in. So as allied, it's not a bad spot to start in. Where this, you can sort of come in from here, from here, and here. Let's get the bookmarkers down. Anyone else surprised to see Zedd playing as career here? See last game how many of them eagle shots missed. Radar comes down. Just wondering if he was trying to scout this top spot so he can get the radar down the ref, but that dog killing it, forcing that radar to come down there. I would imagine that radar was meant to come out here, and hence why Mikoz keeps his dog there to stop that for now. So radar comes out here from Mikoz. Wonder if we're going to see some. Be an early battle lab, and I see could be what he's considering here. Eagle is out. Does go a flak here. Would be nice if Zedd can come in and start the flak early. Goes for the rhino, expecting Mikoz to dodge with a flak and leave the rhino. Does squash it now. So we'll look to build up into this spot here shortly. The ref comes down here, so we have a miner count. 1 miner down here. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double war and an air force. Double war factory and the radar as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So possibly a miner up there. It looks like 4. The other Zedd. To which he'll get a rep up into there as well, and then he'll just need to adjust his miners. A couple of eagles coming in, gonna look to pick up another rhino, which it does. Both shots hit. An MCV move coming out. There is Desos in the flaks. Got to keep the eagles busy, and Zedd's doing a good job of it here. You got to go eagle. They've got to be kept busy. That's not good. Expensive. So a ref is going to come into this spot here. See what Mikoz does again. I wonder if he moves his MCV straight away again. No, he's happy to keep it there. Just wonder if he was going to move it again and come into these gems. Got the free war factory. He's got a radar. Yeah, I'm not sure why Zedd isn't playing this Yuri. Is your guys' stream still up? Got a network error online. Might just mean need to refresh it, but is your guys' stream still up? Looks okay on my phone. So left hand side. Just back and forth. A decent amount of grizzlies there, no fodder from either players. Obviously Mikoz has a couple of Desos ready. Moves the MCV. Nice, tower comes out. Oh, them Desos. Oh, lovely Deso placement. Lovely. How much damage do they do? See them just coming across. So he's going to win the fight. He's going to win the fight though here, Zedd. There was a lot of smoking. So he needs to go NGFE here, really. NGFE and repair these. So many of these are one tick and free tick. I would just take my time here and repair. I would be taking my time here and just repairing. I think if he repairs these units, he wins. There's one IOV. Repair your units, take your time, and he's in a good spot here. Eco is struggling though. Look. I think Mikoz could really do trying to pressure, but he just doesn't have the numbers, does he? He could try and slow that down of the healing of the Grizzlies, but not going to be able to do so. Four miners there. Fifth there. Sixth there mining dust really. 4 miners now running out of the patch there. Oil purifier comes out as well. And then with a nice little stretch across now. He's going to try and split up here on the right hand side, to which Zedd has seen. That goes in with the Mirages, no issue whatsoever. Miner there on gems would be nice. Doesn't opt to deploy, he's going to walk with them. Needs a pillbox here. Or a prison or something. Power. Does deploy, or does pop a few. Doesn't get as much joy as he wants, but does pop a few. And then quits. That took me by surprise. That did take me by surprise. I didn't expect Zedd to quit there. 6-3. The divide and conquer, and Yuri comes out from Zedd. So again, Zedd turn this around. Mikoz 6, Zedd 3. Yuri for the first time from Zedd. And we launch. So top left-hand side is Mikoz. This is going to be hard. Divide and Conquer is a decent Yuri map as well, isn't it? We know with the cliffs how strong this map can be. Bottom right is the Yuri player, is Zedd. Arguably his best faction. Let's play Allied as well. Let's see what sort of scout he gets as well. Initiate coming down here. So the brute coming past. It does get that. So the initiate does load up the power. Gat comes out to the bunker. And as expected, we see 0. Pressure's coming. Another miner comes across, so he's on 3 miners. Brings out another gap. Will he try and go for a radar? Does go for a radar. Once a mag comes out, goes for another gap. Really good control. Look how much that's melted. He needs to get his comms into here. Mag is out. Coddies can really do. What can the Coddies do? Coddies all over the place. He's struggling, Mikoz. He's struggling a lot. Zedd absolutely fine here. This gap will absolutely work. He's sold off as well. I think it's a quick job. I don't think there's any way back in this. GG.
Player defeated.
Yeah. Went all in. See the cell. It just didn't have good control, did he? Mikoz followed around his gap, which was on in and around his miners. Yeah, he just needed to come around the power plant and the radar with his try and get his Connies there with the rhinos and that area. So he didn't have a map. It's 6-4. What map are we going to go over to next? Tiburon. This is a good map pick from Mikoz because he needs to avoid the Yuri because he's got the lead. Means obviously every game from now he's going to have the map pick if it is go all the way. So you're going to just avoid Yuri maps, and Tiburon is not a map you can play Yuri on. 6-4. So the top left-hand side is Zedd. He has to win the next 3 games. He needed to win 4, but he's got one of them, so 3 games left he needs to win. Mikoz just 1 win away from winning this sponsored show match from myself. Both players will start on a patch of gems. You do have the option here to go for a War Factory heal. If you're Mikoz, for example, War Factory, then move your MCV up into here, then go straight onto the gems. Other players do generally stretch down to the next ore and down to this way, and then move the MCV into the mid game. Haven't seen Zedd go NGs or seals here. He is 6 games to 4, so I think he will throw everything he's got at this. A really conserved build again here from Mikoz. He will keep an eye on his opponent's base. I think if he sees radar early, that he then might look to go for that bunker with the Connies in. But the next building comes out as a ref. Looking to move the MCV up to here. That dog does win that fight, which means he doesn't need to build a drone or run that over. The radar now comes out. Rocky comes out with another miner. So it goes to the 5 miners now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ref going to come in here. That'll put him to 5. He's going to go to 6 miners here. So 6 miners. There's a Rocky on the field. And there's a lab up here from Zedd. The chronosphere is out. Zedd has been using the gaps as well. Defensive powered up to start with. He's now on a couple of mirages. Both players now switching over to offensive units, such as Rhinos, Flaks, and Mirages. Going to use the Flaks to load them up with Connies as well. They do act decent against the Mirages, as well as the dogs do as well. Zedd going to look to sit in and use his Cronus offensively. 3 miners. I think we're going to see an oil purifier from Zedd. It's a very reserved base there from Mikoz. Just on the 2 war factories. I think I'd much more prefer to be in Zedd's spot right now. Look where he's at. Chrono is counting down. Does he look to do a defensive chrono? Does chrono a few rhinos away? Or maybe chrono a few miners away? Or does he chrono some mirages on top of the miners? Let's see what he does. No BS being loaded up yet. No prisms either coming out. I'm going to move this MCV again. I'm much more prefer to see him move up to there. I know it's a long way to travel, but they'll get the gems. The oil purifier out as predicted. Chronosphere is coming. Going to look to snipe that miner up there. Going to come up into this left hand side. There we go. Did get a decent amount of that army. So these are quite vulnerable now. I mean, one of the strats he could do here is he could just shoot these gems. He could have done that prior to the chronosphere. And equally on the left hand side, done the same, and just pinned his opponent right in. He's looking to get some joy with the Desos. There we go. Let's kill a fair amount of his own units there. There is no Deso in that army though. And causing havoc to his own rhinos, in fact. This is an issue for his eco. Moving the MCV again, going to get another ref down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 war factories versus 3. But it is Battle Labrador, oil purifier for the allied player with a chronosphere. So it's going to come on these gems. Service depot comes out, starts to repair some mirages. I think I much more prefer this Zedd's position here. There is a lot of rhinos that are starting to come on the field though. They are being pumped. Power drop comes into here. Doesn't get the miner, loses all of his rhinos. I think 4 or 5 rhinos there we could probably see. I think he could definitely use a chronosphere. 4 or 5 of them just come in here on the miners. Can afford to lose 4 or 5 mirages here, I think. Desos are out. They're going to all go down. Can he save any of them? come. It's going to be forced all the way back in. Going to lose a lot of his army. Mikoz is in trouble. He needs a forward barracks down here desperately, which he is doing now, and a sentry and a deso. Needs to deploy, doesn't get the deploy off in time. And all of this is going to go down. It goes down again. Needs a sentry. Got to get a sentry out here as well. Now the MCV goes down. G 6-5, and Zedd is crawling himself right back into this. We go over to split level. Both players are Soviet. Score is 6-5. I'm unsure why Zedd is not playing Yuri here. This is a good Yuri map for me. I like this map as Yuri. But we are going to see Sov versus Sov. Keep my sort of mouse here. I think you can see. I know, maybe not. So Connie's being prepared here for Mikoz. The ref comes out. Just a few Connies. Obviously on Yuri's revenge, playing Yuri, you can prepare the bridge here and bring a mag onto here, which is really nasty. There's a drone, which Mikoz opts for. Zedd opts not to, but it means he will get his miner out a little bit faster. Drone on the left hand side. May look to hide that though for the MCV move, which could come into here at a later stage. You can build. Let's go down. Yeah, it's not RE2 miners. So 4 miners here for Mikoz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for Zedd now. Apologies. We can't, it's 6-5. Mikoz was 6 games to 3. Zedd has got himself right back into it at 6-5. They are matched up with Sov versus Soviet, which I don't really like. I think Zedd should be playing Yuri here, but we shall see. I might be wrong. I prefer to see him playing Yuri here. Against Mikoz as well. This is Yuri's revenge. Mikoz traditionally, as we know, more of an RA2 player. So Yuri is not ideal for him. I think Mikoz would have saw the versus Soviet matchup on a map by split level. I don't think he'd have been minded this too much. Mikoz in yellow, Zedd in red. 6 games to 5. Both players with rhinos just shuffling back and forward here. Dogfodder is out, but a few Connies as well. Mikoz just opts to come back. Tempo count up. 3 war factories. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 3 war factories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He builds another one out of the war factory. Interesting. Does move his MCV, but first he got the 4 war factories. There was a drone in here earlier, but that's obviously been taken down. He did hide that, so he did notice it. He did get caught on Dorado descent with that drone hidden. So he got caught. Doesn't achieve that. 4 factories apiece. The ref coming in there onto the gems is going to be nice. His long distance slightly up there onto them gems. Neither player with a split just yet. I would like to see Zedd. He's up here, back and forward, just back and forward, and 3 rhinos just to come into here. See what you can split off. See if you can catch Mikoz off. See if you can pinch a miner. This is 20 USD up for grabs, sponsored by myself. Mikoz needs 1 more. Zedd needs to win this. Take it to a final game. 3 miners up on there. 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So a total of 7 miners. 1 miner there, long distance. And onto the gems. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to come around to the right hand side. Doesn't want to fight near where that bunker is and push into that side there. He gets up to here and gets to the high ground. And Mikoz needs to be careful here. Looks like he's going to try and grab a mine. Doesn't get it. There's a Deso out in front. Does push him back. The Desos are nice. There's a battle lab as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 war factories now versus 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 6 versus 4, but there is battle lab tech. And there is Desos. Nice deploy. Force him back there. He's gonna get out tanked here a lot though. Deso does deploy again. Needs a couple of drones to come out, or maybe a drone to take care of this. There's a drone that comes out. Getting a little bit of work there. The IC is on a countdown. It's can Mikoz get through to this IC? There's a lot of rhinos. It looks like we're going to trade. He's going to trade. There was a lot of Desos on the field though, but there is Desos. Does come back. So he does trade. Doesn't trade completely. Does come back. Desos are there. Deso's doing some work and he forces him back and the IC is ready. Does take the MCV down. This ref is quite a big ref as well. He's really could do with that ref. Let's go AFK briefly. That ref is quite important because he's running out of board. And with these Desos here, Zedd in trouble, but not completely out of trouble because he's massively out tanks here. And the IC has got 1.5 minutes still. I think Zedd just goes in. I think Zedd can just go in here, regroup and then just go in. Dogfodder coming. I know there is Desos, but he could do with making these work as well. Then deploy the Deso, which is nice. It does get some miners. Forcing them rhinos to come back. He's going to bring the miners. And the IC is now going to be ready. He can deploy this. The Deso's doing a lot of work. Does lose miners, but the IC is ready. He needs a good IC here. This game is really finally poised. There is the miners have come as well. The IC is ready. There is the nuclear reactor there, so the IC is ready to pop. Just trying to bait him in. And these rhinos here doing a little bit of work as well. Take down a miner. The IC's these. He's going to force him. Should be able to get an elite. 2 vets. Not sure that was the best IC. Really wants his miners. I'm not sure about that IC. I think he should have got his rhinos up and then just IC'd and went in. Interesting there. That's how I'm going to pop. 2 rhinos get drones. It's going to send them back to work. 2 war factories left on the field. And there's just 2 miners for Mikoz. And the IC is getting ready again. Zedd says he TT'd too much. Timer is counting down. I'm not sure why Zedd hasn't gone in a lot longer. I suppose the numbers are a little bit more even now, but even then, I feel like Zedd has way too much and probably should have pushed in. Get to the elite. And once you get that elite IC'd as well, there we go. Doesn't get the elite IC'd. Gotta force him back. GG's are called. Mikoz wins. Mikoz wins.